Hello and welcome back. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of pruning again on a few more trees. Starting with this sweet chestnut. This one just grew from seed. I think it started growing in one of my pots. I have a chestnut tree, a sweet chestnut tree up behind my my garden, and I always get little seedlings growing in my trees, so it probably started in a pot there, and then I think I planted it in the front garden for a year or two just to thicken up, and then I chopped it right back. And you can see there where I did a big chop here and here. So I wanted to see, could I grow a small tree, would it reduce the size of the leaves? And to be honest, I have a bigger tree and the leaves on it every year are a lot smaller than this one. Maybe it's just to do with the amount of ramification, even though that one doesn't have a lot of ramification either yet. But yeah, so anyway, you can see it needs a bit of a tidying up, so we'll give it a bit of a pruning. I was asked, I always, like when I'm pruning my trees and stuff, I always say I'm pruning to an outward facing leaf, and I was asked what did I mean by outward facing leaf, because all the leaves basically are facing outwards, even if they're going up or down they're still facing outwards. But what I mean by that is, if you get a branch like this one, say, it has a leaf back here going that way, one this way, and they're like that. So I'm not going to prune it back to this branch, because this leaf, because my next branch will grow across the front of the tree. So you would prune to this one, which is an outward facing branch, an outward facing, I mean when I say outward, away from the tree. Now I know up ones will grow straight up, but you don't want any growing straight up. If you've got any on your lower branches, shoots growing straight up, you want to take them off completely, because they will just get a lot stronger and just grow up through the centre of your tree. And obviously anything underneath growing down, you want to take them off as well. So I'll go back to this branch here, which is an outward facing branch. I'll leave a little bit of a stub for dieback. So now I've got one branch, one leaf inside, but my last one is facing outwards. Dead stub there. So that's what I mean when I say to an outward facing leaf. And then like here now on the side, this, because it's on the side of the tree, it doesn't really matter if I go to this one or this one, they're all facing outwards. But I need to decide. You can see at the base of the leaf there's a bud. I need to decide, do I want the next branch coming forward or do I want it coming back? So in this case, I think I'd like it growing backwards, because I have this branch in front of it here, which is going to have a branch coming this way now. So if I go to this branch and they're going to come and cross over each other. So if I go to the outward facing one, say, let's just go to here for now, then my branch will grow away from this one and still going away from the trunk. Now I will go back to the one right back here. Now this branch is actually just slightly crossing this, well, it's not too bad. I could take that leaf off and then it's not too bad. Now I've got these ones on the inside here. We probably don't want them growing up there, so we'll take them out. We've still got some stubs here that need cleaning up, but I'm going to leave them. They're probably only done the last time I did it, so I'll leave them for now, these bigger stubs. The smaller ones are these ones we can take off. Now again, this branch here, I have a branch on top of it and under here. You can see that. Bring the camera in. You see here there's a little branch on the top right there, so we don't want that one. I know again it's growing outwards from the branch, but that's going to grow straight up in and just get stronger and stronger, so we don't want that growing up there. When they get up the top of the tree, then you want them growing up, but not when they're down low on the tree. So now we need to decide where we want the next branch to grow on this one. We won't want that leaf there. We could go to this one for this bud to grow out, and it would probably push that one as well. But we can prune it off like that one has pushed this one at some stage when I pruned it. So we can just take that one off again. That one's going in towards the tree, so we'll get rid of that one. So now we've got the outward facing ones coming here. And under here now we have some wire on it. I'm just going to check that. Check if it's biting in. It's quite soft, the flesh on these, so it won't take long to bite in. It's not biting in yet, but I'm just going to see. Just unwind it. It's probably done enough to hold the branch now. It's just starting to dent. Yeah, you can see that it's just starting to dent and mark this branch. Probably because this branch has a lot more foliage on it, so it's growing thicker, faster. But that'll clean up quick enough. Okay, so again now we're going to go to under here. So we've got this big leaf here. We're going to prune back to that again. So the next branch is outward facing. There's one here which can come this way. We do have a stub here we can get rid of. And now we've got this branch over this side, and maybe we'll keep going up first and then we'll come back to that one. Or will I just do it now? Well, I can see it. I think I'm going to do it now. So again, we've got this branch here growing up straight up. You can see how strong that's getting. So I'm going to take that one right back under there. And this one is starting to divide. You can see a divider there. It's got a leaf on the other side and a leaf down here. So I'm going to take that one back to there again, to an outward facing leaf. And this leaf is a bit big, you know. So we can get rid of some of these, or maybe it depends. Maybe I won't, because I want this branch to thicken up a bit. Let's see, I think I might take that one back. I'm going to take it back to this branch here, which will come forward more. Now I have this branch under here, which is kind of in a bit of a stupid place really, because it's growing over the top of that one. Do we want it? It is quite bare in here without it. So what I'll do is I'll just take the last leaf off, and we'll see. We can make a decision on that, whether we want to keep it in the future or will this one fill out under here. We can always bring this one down as well, maybe, to fill out. So again, here now we've got a leaf here and we've got a leaf here. So we don't want to go with this one because it'll be crossing the trunk. So we'll go back for this one, and we'll just prune it back there, and that can send out another branch in that direction. And up here we can leave these a little bit longer just to thicken up. So we'll go to that one, and maybe we'll go to this one there, and now up the top we've got one coming forward here, so we'll go to that one there, and I'll take this one to this one that's going out the side, and we'll take up there. Big fight going on with the cats on the roof. And this one Let's go to the back here. Again, let's see what's happening. Okay, there's a couple of cats fighting on the roof, going crazy. Okay, so this back branch here, we'll take it back. So we do that there. Take off this inner leaf. I don't think I'll take that. I'm going to take that off completely. We'll leave this one. Okay, so the dead stub up here. And now we just need this one. I think we'll go to this very bottom leaf so it can grow a branch out the back. And I think that's pretty much it for this one. This leaf, I'm just going to reduce that leaf back in size. Just on to remove this one. Okay, so I think that's okay for this guy. We'll pull him back out and let him keep going, fill out again a bit more. I will give him a bit of weeding, but I won't do that on camera, we'll do that afterwards. So let's put that out and bring in our next tree. Okay, so my next tree is this fuchsia root over statue. It's grown quite well this year. It was struggled a bit last year, so I repotted it in this bigger pot. And as you can see, it's doing pretty good now. I've got some really long shoots on it. I won't be too fussy with this one. I'm just going to give this a bit of a hedge pruning. It does grow like a hedge, so it does take well to a hedge pruning. So I'm not going to go in individually trying to pick out. That can be done at a late stage when they harden off a bit. Cats are back. Okay. They're neighbours' cats, and I don't know, I think they were, one must be in heat or something, because there were a few of them on the roof. They decided to wait till I'm making a video to come and fight on the roof, and one then just went between, I don't know, did it fall or what, but it was between the two sheds in the gap trying to get out, but it's out now anyway. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to give this a kind of a more of a hedge pruning for now, just to keep it in check, because if you let these grow too long, then it starts dying back. That's what's happened to me before in the past. The inner branches start dying back. See how long some of them have got. What I could maybe do alright is just take out some of these ones that are growing again straight up. I don't want the ones going straight up. These coming down here. While I'm at it, I may as well give it a little bit of a sorting out a bit. Look how any of these would sends lots of shoots from the old wood, so they're good that way. So I'm just going to, rather than just prune it into a ball shape, I'm going to go in and just, like I always say, create some space, gaps in the foliage. So it's more individual pads rather than one giant kind of thing. We'll kind of leave these a bit long because I do want it to come out this way a bit. Ones that are coming right up through the centre. I'll get them ones out. Maybe I'll take them back just a little bit, take that one off completely. It'll grow out eventually as I'm pruning it. I think there was a branch out here that died off, and that's why it's kind of over to one side now. This has like little red kind of earrings, flowers. If you haven't seen the fuchsia, I'm sure you all have. But it's just a common kind of one, red flowers. You can get kind of ones with all different colours, light colours and pinks and all that. They tend not to be as hardy or as quick growing as this one, as these kind of more hedging kind of ones. Dogs must have spotted the cats on the roof. Okay, I think that'll do for that one. Just a quick one. Maybe these I will take back altogether. Just let it fill out as it's thickening up. Okay, so I think we've time for one more tree. So I'll grab that and we'll put this one back out. If you're wondering how to grow a root over a statue like this, you get like a tall plant pot, wind the roots around, bare root your tree, wind the roots around your statue and that, and then bury the whole thing in a tall kind of a plant pot, and then you can slowly but surely reduce it down, and you'll have lots of like fine roots, and the fine roots will die off and you'll end up with just the heavier roots. So you can prune off the light roots if you want, and you'll just end up with a couple of heavy roots then. You've got to kind of make sure you've got something on the back to anchor it. You don't want all the roots at the front, because then there's nothing holding the tree, anchoring it on. Okay, so we get the last tree. Okay, so the last one I'll do today is this rosemary. Not my best tree, but definitely one of the best ones to prune because of the smell. I do have this on it here, which was straightening this up because it was kind of kinking over at the top. So I'm thinking we can probably take that off now. The handle's missing off it, so we'll have to use something to unwind that. You gotta be kind of careful with the rosemary because once they harden off they get quite brittle. And they're quite easy to snap the branches, they don't bend too good. I love the smell of it though. Okay, so take that off and we're down. That's think I took the handle off because it was a big red one. I'm standing out of it. Okay, so I think this is the front. This was just one of these little plants you get in, I think we got it in Aldi or Lidl's, one of these places. My wife got it, and then when she was finished with it, I decided to turn it into a little bonsai. Now we've got some dead branches in here which we'll have to take out. And I'm just going to prune these back roughly, just to, like I said, not the best tree to be honest to work with. They don't grow too great or get very. I've never actually looked up online to see rosemary bonsai. I presume other people have done them just to see how good they can actually get. Maybe if you start off with a good one with a good shape on it. But this again, like I said, was just one that was bought for cooking in a little, there's tiny little thing like that in a little packaging thing. Should have probably bagged up the rosemary and kept it for cooking with, but it's all mixed up with the others. But what I will do is leave it in here on the table for the night, and my shed will have a nice smell in it then when they come in. Which I could pick out some bits. Another dead branch there. It's kind of been very slow growing. I don't know, maybe now it'll start picking up a bit. It seems to have picked up a bit this year. But from the start it's been quite slow. This is probably as strong as it's grown since I've had it. Okay, so yeah, like I said, not the best tree in the world, but it is what it is. It's nice to have a little rosemary tree like that. Branches are very hard to manoeuvre with them. Anywhere I had the clamp thing on, it actually sent out roots in underneath the clamp. It does have a nice little root base on it, so maybe eventually it will turn out to be quite nice. I think maybe if I put it in a shallower pot next year, repot it. I did lift it because it was very tilted over, so I just lifted it out the pot and added, you can see I added some soil to one side. It's already filling that with roots. It's soaking wet now because I've just watered some of my trees a while ago. Let's take off this moss because the bark on it is quite flaky. And I'll just eat away at it. Yeah, it's got a real kind of nice root flare on the bottom, so maybe one day we'll make it into a pretty good tree when it's taken a very long time to thicken up. I don't know how long they take to become like a couple of inches thick, but obviously a long time for this one anyway. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. We've got another 3 trees pruned up. Do need to do a bit of weeding as always, but we keep going. So as always guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.